So the other day, I got a video from one of my favorite channels here on YouTube called The Residential Tourist. They're an African-American couple that was living in Atlanta, then Rwanda, and now they reside in Kenya. And they had a beautiful African-American lady from Baltimore by the name of Queen Victoria. And the name of the video was, or is, "You're not an African, you're just an American with black skin." And the part of the video that I'm gonna play is something that we've all been addressing as repatriates back to the African continent. And that is, we are different from them. And many of us, when we come back here, we don't feel like we're given the same love and respect as those in the African community. We're looked at as a dollar sign. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, but this is from many people that I have talked to, including myself. What she's gonna say is gonna be hurtful to people. I feel like if you're emotional about it, but from those of us who are from the African American community or the Black British community, we're gonna know that what she's saying is true in many cases. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Well, see, Ray, she's not living the typical retired concept. Her retirement means I'm done working. Now I'm going to live. Basically, I'm having a new chapter in life. I'm going to live. My new job is to explore the world. Mm-hmm. So when you decide that you're done exploring, you want to just relax a little bit, maybe you need some care, maybe you need to slow it all down, you think you're going to choose Asia for it.
So this lady, before I get into her response, she has decided that she is not going to move to Africa. She's going to settle in Thailand instead of settling on the continent. But what she's going to say is going to be quite shocking.
Yes. Well, I've found from my observations, again, talking to people, that, I thought that I would be coming back to the motherland and be embraced in the motherland. And I found that, I didn't consider that it's been 400 years since Black people were taken out of Africa and exported as slaves to other countries. And the idea of coming back and being embraced by family is not there. The family that we were taken from have been gone for a lot of years, and things have changed. So as I move around Africa, I am treated just like a white person. And
what do you mean by that?
Well, they look at us as a dollar bill. They want.
So let me say this. While there are some people on the continent that can definitely be your friend and help you, this often is the case. We're going to just be the truth. We're going to talk about the truth. This is often the case. I've been coming here to this country for, 6 years. I've been here 20 plus different times. And of course, I'm thankful for the friends that I do have and the people that assist me. But yes, you can feel like no matter how much parity you give them. I want to give a shout out to Brother Latani. Okay, now that is the brother of Baker Kabanda. I had him on the episode. Brother Baker, his older brother, has been somewhat of a mentor to me. And he told me, he said, when you come here, you are giving parity to people from here, but they're not going to give it back. Usually. And for us, that's disheartening. So what she's talking about, every repat has experienced that. And even when I lived in Europe, I never felt like, and I hate to say this, they were trying to get taken advantage of me or they were trying to use me. At least they left you alone. So let's kind of get back into this.
Bill. They want a lot of money, whatever money they can get from us. Those that say welcome, you're basically being welcome to come here and spend the money. And it's not like welcome, like if I was to go and visit my family in another country, that they would welcome me. They're not there for the money. I thought it would be like visiting my family in another country. It's not that at all. Now, of course, I don't have family in Thailand either, but I don't feel that I'm looked at as a dollar bill. I don't feel like everybody is trying to make money off of me. They basically just let you live.
And that's the same thing I was saying in Poland. You know, they let you live. You know, I was in Poland for 6 years. Never felt like somebody used you for money. They just, whatever you need to do, as long as you follow the laws. People are okay. And people are great here, don't get me wrong. But there's a difference between somebody being nice to you. Like, oh, you know, like people in Uganda or Kenya, like, oh, they're nice. Okay, being pleasant and then overcharging me with that same niceness for 400% of what the product is, that's not nice, right? And like, oh, the people in Africa are nice people. They can be true, but is their intent behind being nice? That's the problem that we have. Like, you know, and you have the ability to try to want to love the brothers and sisters here, but again, you are looked at in many cases as a dollar sign, and that is why you're here. No matter what your intentions are, their intentions could be different towards you. And I've heard many people in Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya say the same thing.
I can walk on the beach and not be hounded with people who want to beg me for money or sell me things. It's more peace. Also safety.
Let me just say this too. Like, you know, I love Nairobi. When you go to the Sarat Center, or even Westgate Mall, it's worse than Nairobi than in Uganda, in Kampala, where you can't even come out of the shopping mall without people hounding you, trying to sell you puppies, or trying to get you to buy something, or trying to beg. Like, literally, you cannot even come out of Sarat Center. It's so bad, right? At least in Poland, you go to the mall. You know, I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining, like my pastor used to say. You go in there, you shop, you leave. Nobody's begging you or anything like that. You can have peace. But people are always hounding you. It's even, like I said, worse in Nairobi than in Kampala. It's very worse. At least in Kampala, if you go to Village Mall, Acacia Mall, you might get some people asking you for a bribe for the boda, but you don't see a lot of beggars. But in Nairobi, it is extremely bad. So that's a problem.
I don't feel completely safe here in African countries. I have been warned not to be outside at night.
Yes.
That
is also true.
Don't experience that in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where I'm living. So you have the safety, the frequency. The frequency is different. There's more of a frequency of kindness. Mm-hmm. In Thailand, people seem to recognize the spirit of you. They look at the spirit in everything. Spirit in the trees. They celebrate their trees. They decorate the trees. Mm-hmm. They are more, because it's a Buddhist country, they're more into making merit so that in their next life they'll attain a higher status. So the tenet of Buddhism is to express kindness. So the people are very kind, and I appreciate that. Honest. I have found in Africa, I just feel like I am a dollar bill, mm-hmm. or whatever the denomination of money that's there. And I've just accepted that's how it is. The people don't have a lot of money who I'm encountering every day, the people I'm walking down the street with, the people that I take the tuk-tuk rides, they don't have a lot of money.
Let me just say this. Also, in the diasporan communities, you have some of the biggest frauds. There's one in particular I'm not going to name right now, but I've seen them even in the country's diaspora. And I'm talking about, for an example, at the African American diaspora, Ugandan British diaspora, people like that, where they can exclusively use you, okay? And this is no different. And that's the one thing, like local people, okay, but people who have lived in London, Australia, New York City, these are the people that you're supposed to live your life and have your life experience. Those are the people who will use you the most, okay? And that is the sad part. I know she didn't go into that, but they will take advantage of you more than anything. And they're supposed to also, and they'll try to line with you. Oh no, I'm being scammed too. I'm being used to. Those are the biggest users I've come across. But yeah, you are looked at as a dollar sign. You will feel that way by a lot of people you come across.
A lot of money. They really depend on tourists. So I accept the fact that I'm a tourist, and I am glad to give them a little extra because I came from the United States. I have a little bit of extra. So then I abandon the idea of being embraced as their brother or sister. And I'm glad to support them as a tourist and hope that when I leave, their memories of me will be good memories of someone who gave a little extra. You know, I try to tip well to help support the people in Africa who are having a harder time than I am, and just take advantage of the fact that I came from a country where I was allowed to have a little bit more money. So I'm happy to go out and give a little bit to help the people, and just resign myself that I'm a tourist. I'm treated like a white person with brown skin by them. That's how I feel. But that's fine. I've accepted that. It's a beautiful country. There are beautiful people here, and they all are part of the adventure that I want as in my travels in this life of retirement.
So let me just say this. Yes, that is also something you're going to deal with when you come here. I don't care what nobody said in the comment section. You know, you're going to go through those stages. We've talked about it here on this channel. You're trying to be somebody's brother here. And the reality is you're going to have your guards up. And there are certain people, once they prove themselves, that you can be like that. But 95% of the time, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a lot of phoniness from people. Not everybody, but you will get it. And a lot of times you're not going to be, you can take it personal, right? The reality is that those people, and that's almost true in life, most people are phony, but those 5 or 10% people that you come across, those are the people that are going to appreciate you and help you go to the next level. And you only need a few of those people. So again, you're going to have to go ahead on and deal with a lot of the BS. A lot of your feelings will be hurt. But that's why as a diaspora, it's imperative that we don't use each other. We don't take advantage of each other when we're in countries like this, because we're supposed to be understanding. And it's so bad that people in the diaspora act like idiots all across countries where we see, and that they use people. And once we have some more, you know, like I said, cohesion between the diaspora and respats communities, then it will also teach people rather in the local community how to treat us. So guys, shout out to the residential tourists. They're doing an excellent job. I can't wait to work with them when I get back to Kenya. Subscribe, hit the bell on their YouTube channel. We're out.